Welcome to this sacred space, Magnetize Your Vibe Soul Sessions mini-series, Episode 6, The Dark Night of the Soul. This is a space where we come together to heal deeply, awaken fully, and expand into all that we're meant to be. Today's conversation is a deep one, and it's for anyone who's ever felt lost, disconnected, alone, or like their whole world was falling apart during or after their awakening experience. This is what is known as the dark night of the soul. It's something so many of us experience on this path, and yet so many people don't know how to navigate it or talk about it. Or worse, they think something is wrong with them for going through it because it's confusing as hell. And I want to tell you right now, the dark night of the soul is not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal you. So, what exactly is the dark night of the soul? It's one of the most sacred and painful parts of the spiritual awakening. It's when your old life begins to fall away, your beliefs, your identity, your attachments, the version of you thought that you were starts to dissolve. And it can feel like deep sadness or depression, feeling lost or disconnected from life, questioning everything about who you are, feeling abandoned by the universe, losing people or relationships that no longer align, not recognizing yourself anymore, not knowing who to turn to, not filling in how you used to. It's the death of the old self. It's the breaking down before the breakthrough. It's the stripping away of anything that isn't your true essence so that you can rise as who you really are. I've personally gone through a few dark nights of the soul on my journey, and each time it was slightly deeper and more intense. And if you've been on this path long enough, you know sometimes we go through multiple waves of this as we continue to awaken to deeper levels of truth and spirituality. But the one that stands out to me the most happened after my second big spiritual awakening. And this one hit hard. It happened after a personal life event that catapulted me into a deep state of depression because I felt like I couldn't relate to anyone anymore. I felt like I was losing so many people from my life, people I had once loved, cared about, and shared so much of my old self with. I couldn't be around them anymore. I just couldn't connect on that surface level. And even though I knew I was outgrowing those connections, it still hurt. I felt so alone, isolated, and like I was walking through life completely disconnected, not from people, but also from myself. I started questioning everything. My beliefs, my spirituality, everything I thought I knew about myself and my awakening. I wondered if I was going crazy, if I was just making all this stuff up, if I was delusional for believing in everything I had come to understand. And the hardest part, it was so difficult to talk to anyone about it, because unless someone has gone through this experience themselves, they just won't understand. And that just added an even deeper layer of loneliness. People just think you're going through depression or a bad phase of anxiety. But this was so much deeper than that. This was my soul breaking open. This was life stripping away every false identity I had ever carried, so that I could come home to the truth of who I was. And looking back now, I understand. I understand that this had to happen so that I could embody my path fully. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You lose everything that's not real so that what's meant for you can rise in its place. So what happens after the dark night of the soul? Well, something magical happens on the other side of it. You become so sure of your path. You become so grounded in your truth. It's like all the doubts and questioning needed to happen so you could come into full conviction of who you are and why you're here. You stop needing validation. You stop looking for answers outside of yourself. You are okay in your own energy, in your own solitude. You don't feel lonely anymore. You start living from a place of inner knowing. So if you're walking through the dark night of the soul right now, please know that it doesn't last forever, that it is a sacred time. You need to honor it. Let yourself grieve. Let yourself question. Let yourself feel. Try spending time in nature, journaling your thoughts, going inward, disconnecting from the outside world. Seek safe, loving support from people who understand, but don't rush the process. This is an initiation. This is a shedding, a rebirth, a closing reflection. So just know you are not crazy. You are not broken. That you are going through the process of awakening, and everything you are feeling is leading you deeper into the truth of who you were always meant to be. So trust the process, trust your path, and trust yourself. There is light on the other side of this, and it's waiting for you. If this episode resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you took a moment to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, or share it with someone who might need it. Every time you do this, it helps this work reach more beautiful souls who are ready to heal, grow, and rise. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being a part of this journey. And until next time, keep magnetizing your vibe.